that he's having no trouble.
Could you say it again?
He fell her in the I love the rich, whole wheat goodness of Kellogg's mini wheats.
We now know the fate of two men who were sentenced in a Walker County courtroom earlier today.
That was Eric Dodds and Jonte Collier. The two former TikTokers were sentenced to life in prison today. Eric Dodds received a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
What's up, and hi to all my fans.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. Please do something good with your life. Please do something really good, because you deserve a good life. I'm so sorry I don't have better words right now. I'm hurting so bad.
The Canadian porn star accused of dismembering his lover and then mailing the man's body parts around the country collapsed during a graphic court hearing. Luka Magnotta has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder in the gruesome slaying. He's also alleged to have eaten parts of his victim.
My name's Luka, and I don't live on the second floor.
Luka Magnotta was born Eric Clinton Kirk Newman in the year 1982 in Scarborough, Ontario. And from a young age, Magnotta struggled to find his place in the world. It seems his childhood was filled with instability, bullying, and rejection, which were early signs of a need for validation that would later define his life in ways no one could have predicted. See, as an adult, Magnotta attempted to reinvent himself by adopting a new name, Luka Magnotta, and pursued a career in modeling and acting. He crafted an image of beauty and success, desperate to gain the spotlight.
These days, to be honest with you, and it's all because of this whole rumor of you dating Karl Homolka. This is the thing that's. The rumors destroyed my life, basically, and I've been receiving death threats. My address is posted. That's why I had to move.
But the fame he longed for always seemed out of reach.
Hi, my name is Luka. Magnotta is my last name, Magnotta.
And by 2010, Magnotta had turned to the internet as his new stage. He began posting videos of horrific animal cruelty, including one where kittens were suffocated in a vacuum-sealed bag. These shocking acts horrified viewers and sparked outrage among animal rights activists. Eventually, online detectives started to get involved, and animal rights groups, including the Animal Beta Project, and they dedicated themselves to tracking this guy down. They scoured every frame of his videos for clues about his identity and his location. Psychologists have long warned about the link between animal cruelty and escalating violence. eventually ending up at humans. Activists feared that Luka's actions were only the beginning of something far worse. And damn, tragically, they were absolutely right.
He's also alleged to have eaten parts of his victim. Prosecutors say Magnotta killed Jun Lin, then recorded himself stabbing and having sex with the corpse. That video was posted online, and prosecutors were showing strong video evidence when Magnotta collapsed. Tuesday's hearing unfolded as part of a days-long process to determine if there is enough evidence to bring the case to trial.
In May 2012, Luke Magnotta lured in Jun Lin, a 33-year-old international student, to his apartment in Montreal, Canada. And now what followed was a crime so brutal, this shit would horrify the world. Magnotta murdered Lin, dismembered his body, and filmed the entire thing. This man mailed Lin's body parts to political offices and schools all across Canada, ensuring maximum shock value. The stage was set, and the world became his audience. The footage, later known as One Lunatic, One Ice Pick, became infamous online, spreading across forums and dark corners of the internet.
Hey, watch your mouth.
After committing the murder, Magnotta fled Canada, sparking an international manhunt. Interpol issued a red notice for his arrest, and his face became known worldwide. He was eventually captured in Berlin, where he had been browsing articles about himself in an internet cafe.
The man accused of committing a gruesome crime in Montreal, then leading authorities on an international manhunt, is back in this country tonight to face criminal charges. Luka Magnotta was extradited from Germany and arrived in police custody on a Canadian military plane.
Accused of a heinous crime, he was brought home under tight police escort. Luka Magnotta wasn't off the plane long before he was whisked away by a convoy of official vehicles. Magnotta was arrested 2 weeks ago at this internet cafe in Berlin. He did not fight extradition to Canada. The murder he's accused of was horrifying. A torso found in a suitcase outside his apartment. A hand and foot mailed to political parties in Ottawa. Days later, another hand and foot arrived at 2 elementary schools in Vancouver. Police still haven't found the head. DNA testing confirmed the victim was Montreal student Jun Lin. The 33-year-old's family described him as their pride and hope.
Magnotta was extradited to Canada and stood trial in 2014. Found guilty of first-degree murder, the man was sentenced to life in prison.
A disturbing and emotional day in a Montreal courtroom was cut short after accused killer Luka Magnotta collapsed.
His crime shows the instability in some people that they just have since childhood, and also how the internet can amplify some of humanity's darkest impulses by providing such an easy stage for these people to perform on.
Down to the taxi cab to get Elwood's things. This awful man.
It's closing all of a sudden.
We now know the fate of 2 men who were sentenced in a Walker County courtroom earlier today.
In the media, I've been seeing like a lot of things about John, and y'all are concerned about John.
2 of the suspects are well known on social media. Eric Dodds even took to TikTok to claim the innocence of his boyfriend, who was also a suspect.
No, he has not done anything to no one.
Jeante Collier and Eric Dodds, they seem to have it all. With over 800,000 followers on TikTok, this LGBTQ couple shared their lives with the world, posting relatable and lighthearted content that resonated with a lot of their audience. And apparently their love story became a beacon of positivity for many people. But on August 1st, 2022, their seemingly perfect lives took a dark-ass turn.
We now know the fate of two men who were sentenced in a Walker County courtroom earlier today.
That was Eric Dodds and Jonte Collier. The two former TikTokers were sentenced to life in prison today. Eric Dodds received a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Dakota Bradshaw, a 29-year-old man, rest in peace, was shot dead in his home in Rossville, Georgia. Witnesses reported seeing vehicles linked to Collier and Dodds fleeing the scene. And the motive behind the murder? A stolen car. A blue Dodge Challenger registered under Collier's name. See, the couple had reportedly driven over 100 miles to confront this man Bradshaw, seeking to recover their vehicle. But this confrontation escalated into fatal violence. Bradshaw's murder shocked the quiet neighborhood. Witnesses claimed to have seen two men matching Collier and Dodge's description near the crime scene. Investigators pieced together the evidence as well, which eventually led to their arrest. Collier was taken into custody on August 10th, followed by Dodge shortly afterward. Their arrest sent shockwaves through their fan base, with many struggling to reconcile the couple's online personas with the violent crime that they were accused of committing, because this didn't really make any sense. I mean, all they had to do was file a missing or stolen vehicle report. They didn't have to drive 100+ miles to get retribution for their vehicle. And with a loaded weapon as well, these questions and concerns led many of their fans to question if there was something more to this, like if there was history between these three people. But apparently, this was only their first time meeting the guy. In May 2023, both Collier and Dodds were convicted of felony murder. The trial revealed a story of desperation and poor judgment, as the couple's attempt to retrieve a stolen car had just completely spiraled out of control.
It's simple for program on therapeutic fiber was
Head to Broadway by way of ball boxing.
the whole project will collapse.
New at noon, a Lamarck man charged with murdering his wife and on the run for more than 8 months is dead.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. I have audio of her talking to other guys. I didn't do nothing wrong to her.
Trent Paschal and Savannah Paschal seemed like a typical couple living in Lamarck, Texas. But beneath the surface, their marriage was apparently plagued by jealousy and emotional turmoil. Friends and family noticed Trent's growing instability as his relationship deteriorated. On October 21st, 2020, Trent's anger erupted into a horrifying act of violence. After allegedly killing Savannah, he posted a disturbing video on YouTube, and in it, he apologized to his children, while at the same time blaming Savannah for his actions. "Your mom chose this," he said, as he attempted to justify the unjustifiable.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time.
The video, which quickly spread online, provided a chilling glimpse into this man's mindset.
But she's been playing me for full. I told her not to mess with me, not to mess with my emotions. Don't play with me. I put everything into this relationship. I have done nothing to your mom. I've never hit her. I've never hurt her. I've never called her names. A couple of times when I got really mad, I would say a bad word or something, but I've done everything I can. I haven't done anything wrong.
So Trent had apparently ambushed Savannah at her mother's house, shooting her twice in the stomach before fleeing the scene, and Savannah's mother narrowly escaped with her life. This tragedy had marked the beginning of a nationwide manhunt for Trent Paschal, After being placed on a $550,000 bond, Trent removed his ankle monitor and fled. He later stole a car at knife point from a dealership, adding to his list of crimes.
The law enforcement found him in Florida on Friday. Adam Bennett tells us what happened.
We got confirmation from authorities in Marion County, Florida. That's just north of Orlando. They tell us they got a tip that Trent Paschal was at an RV park there.
Law enforcement intensified their search, fearing this man could strike again. In January 2022, police located Trent in an RV park in Florida. And when deputies approached his van, they heard a single gunshot.
When deputies asked the person inside of a van to come outside, they heard a gunshot. Authorities say those deputies entered the van and found Paschal dead inside. They say it appears he shot himself.
Trent had taken his own life, ending the manhunt, but leaving behind a trail of grief and a lot of unanswered questions.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. I have audio of her talking to other guys. I didn't do nothing wrong to her. When we first got together, I told her, "You're too young for me."
That there's nothing left to do.